Welcome to this new series, Google Sheets for Traders. If you're a trader, investor, or a data nerd, this series will help you to turn Google Sheets into a powerful analysis tool. Today, we start with one of the most underrated functions in Google Sheets. It's called the IMPORTXML. I just type it in here. It's called IMPORTXML. It allows you to extract data directly from websites like stock prices, financial metrics, or news headlines. So let's say you want to track a SPX and index, the S&P 500 from a website. What do most people do? They open a website, look for the S&P 500 here, do a copy, and then paste in here manually the number. And even more, they have to format it as well. And they do this every day. That is very slow, that's manual, and that doesn't scale. Instead, we let Google Sheets do all the work. With IMPORTXML, you can automatically pull data from a web page and keep it updated. Here's the basic structure. So let's say we put in here IMPORTXML, and then we have some parameters. The URL, the website, then the XPath query tells Google Sheets what to extract, and then also the part of the local, in which language or local culture. So for example, if we want to build now a real-time update of the S&P 500 index, we use IMPORTXML. Then we copy the website, here for example MarketWatch. Put it in the semicolons, in this apostrophe. And next we need a XPath query. How to get this one? So you basically can do this with any web browser you have. You just do a right click, and then I have here, Google Brave. So you can do here inspect. And with this function, I can see all the HTML data of this website. So what I'm doing now is, here's a function that's called select an element in the page we want to inspect. And you see the website is showing some information if I scroll it down. And when I select now the S&P 500 here, I select the number I want to extract from this website. So I do a click here, and it highlights this information here in the HTML site. So after we have looked for the element that contains the price, in our example this one, we can see it here. We do a copy of the XPath. So we do another right click and then go to copy, and then you can do a copy full XPath. I'll do this one and paste it in this function and close it. And what do we see? The exact number, and it will update in a regular basis depending what you have, what are your settings in your Google Sheets. Few words to common issues. Sometimes the IMPORTXML doesn't work. The reason can be the website blocks scraping, so some sites don't allow it. Other cases are wrong XPath, so even a small typo breaks everything. For example, if I lift this one, I get an error. And sometimes, depending on the dynamic content, so if data is loaded via JavaScript in some websites, IMPORTXML probably fails. So what I can recommend, instead of guessing the XPath manually, or like I've done here. You can also install like a Chrome extension called XPath Helper that might help you in finding the XPath a lot easier. Yeah, so in the next video, we will take this further. So I will give you an overview of useful websites for prices that you can use. And yeah, so make sure to subscribe and so you don't miss anything on that. Thank you for watching and see you next time. Bye bye.